What you doing?
Tell them run it up. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip, just wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip, just wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice, send.
Greetings. We are here, another segment of Ebony Sports Reporters. And we have with us Coach Rob DeLoach, Coach Julius Hall, and another special guest might be popping in, even though his contract is solely with one show on the ATR network, but I forgot, Julius Hall tried to manipulate the contract. So again, glad to have you all here with us. No, I'm going to take it on back. Well, excuse me. Let me go ahead and be the professional that I am, even though I tell people I don't believe in professionalism because that's some crap. But anyway, so Brittney Griner. We got to start out Brittney Griner. LeBron James has said that as athletes, our voices are stronger when we're united, when we are together. What's your thoughts on that? Just in general. Coach Julius Hall.
Well, our voices, you know how I feel. Our voices are always stronger when they're united. I'm going to mute Rob 1 second. Our voices are always stronger when they're united. That's the only way that you can get anything done. People don't listen to one person unless that person is the most powerful person on earth. Then that person can have all the voices behind him. Because if you don't unite when you have no power, you have to be able to unite together to create that power. People understand numbers. That's the only thing that they understand. Brittney Griner is being used as a pawn right now between Russia and the United States. And that's all that is. You know, I feel for her, but like LeBron said, all the athletes need to stand up together. They have a lot of power. They can make things happen. They can put pressure on the State Department and the White House to make it happen for this girl to be released. But then they need to stay their asses out of hostile territory. They need to stay out of these hostile countries. Ain't nobody got time to be coming to rescue them because they wanted to go play basketball to make a couple extra dollars. And that goes for everybody. The press and everybody else. Stay from over there. When you get caught up, you just caught up. Anyway, that's me.
All right, Coach DeLoach.
Well, you know, LeBron is the figurehead, so
Is it a bad connection over there at the gym?
ain't no damn bad connection. I just saw what you wrote.
What? I ain't right. What you talking about? I ain't do nothing.
That was God.
That was not. And I didn't even see. So So are you finished, Coach DeLoach?
I'm lost. Yeah, you messed up my train of thoughts. But LeBron is the he's the center. So if LeBron and athletes get together, then there's an opportunity for Bird to have a chance. But that's what needs to happen. They all have to get together to make sure this young lady at least get an opportunity to come back home, because Russia is going to use her as a pawn, like we see, what they're doing with her now.
Yes. All right. We have a fill in the blank. A fill in the blank. Blank is or are the best stadium foods at a football game. In your opinion, what is the best stadium food at a football game? Coach DeLoach, what's your thoughts?
I think he's somewhere where the signal is bad.
Yeah, 27-17.
Yeah, they got he inside that building.
Yeah, and then they're going to connect an issue with the Wi-Fi over there.
The Dallas Texas Stadium, great food, everything's big.
Okay, all right. Coach Julius Hall, what's the best?
I heard that
can you guys hear me?
Atlanta is number one now with the new stadium that they had.
I said, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you a little bit.
I said, Cowboy Stadium, hands down. Cowboy Stadium.
I've never been to Cowboy Stadium, so I got to go to the Cowboy Stadium and see whether that's stadium, on my bucket list. But I heard that Atlanta now has great food. So, but Jacksonville beat Charlotte out. I went to Charlotte to watch the Tampa Bay and Charlotte Carolina Panthers play. I've been to several Jacksonville games. I've been to the old stadium. I haven't been to the new stadium since the Falcons moved. But Jacksonville had pretty good food to me, the Jaguars.
Okay. All right. So now, this is your Better Believer prediction. Your Better Believer prediction. It is regarding tonight. The Better Believer prediction. What is the Better Believer prediction tonight with regards to the NBA championship that's going on tonight in Boston Gardens with regards to the Warriors and the Celtics? So, Coach Julius Hall, what is the Better Believer prediction? That could be on the game itself or on someone in the game. Or,
you better believe,
or Nia Long.
You better believe that Nia Long is in the studio. I mean, in the stadium. She ain't in the studio. Boston will probably win this game because they play great at home. So you better believe that it'll go to game 7. We all thought it would go 6, but when Boston surprised them, we see now that it's going to go to game 7. Unless Klay Thompson, they call him Game 6. That's what they call him. His nickname is Game 6. So if he have a standout performance, then and Steph can hit those threes, it's going to be a great game down to the end. But Boston probably has the momentum since they done beat them on their. They know that they can beat them on their own home court. I think it'll be game 7 Sunday.
All right. Coach DeLoach, what is your Better Believer prediction tonight on the game itself or on the person?
Game 6 tonight, baby. I'm going game 6. Golden State is over.
All right. You all have heard it. You have heard it.
That was my prediction. All our predictions for game 6, but
6 games.
Boston, and it might still happen. We all predicted that, but Boston just been showing us a different side, so we'll see.
At this point in the series, Boston has showed that they had a true point guard. That the series would be a little different. But when the game is on the line, we got Marcus Smart shooting threes, and I mean Tatum is not touching the ball, and Brown is not getting the ball where he needs to get it. So that's why they're actually struggling. They can't really close Golden State out, and they got to play defense the whole game because between Clay running and Kirby running and Poole running and Wiggins running, hell, they're too damn tight to shoot the ball. It's time to get it.
Okay. Good point. Good point. And so now we're gonna go to you can bet the house on again. You can bet the house on what can you bet the house on? What do you put out there to one of our listeners, one of our viewers here with Ebony Sports Reports? Again, we tell y'all share, share, share. What can they bet the house on? What they can bet the house on, Coach Rod DeLoach? What is something they can bet the house on?
You can bet the house if you was working out 2717 the factory, you're gonna be wearing a gold lettered "It Ain't For Everybody" factory T-shirt. You can bet your bottom line that, and I try to explain to some people, Coach Julius, that the teacher and the student does not wear the same jacket.
That's true.
It's for a reason. So you can bet the house money on that. We will not dress our students like the teachers.
But if they're graduate assistants, they are supposed to wear the same. And so right now, I'm gonna let the public know this right now. There are some graduate assistants for 2717. They are supposed to be getting their gold lettering T-shirts, and Coach DeLoach will not allow them to get it. And they all are furious with him right now. So just let y'all know that. That's some background.
I'm going back in the gym. All of the kids, hey, Billy, come here, Billy.
Oh, Lord.
All of the students, hold up your shirt. Come right here, Billy. Right next to me. Come next to me, Billy.
Oh, next to you.
Yeah. Show them what you got, Billy. Yes.
Factory shirt.
Yeah, the student. And I'm the teacher, right?
Yes, sir.
We don't wear the same, right?
No, sir.
Exactly. We don't dress alike. Does the pastor and his parishioners dress alike?
Coach Julius Hall, we're going to move on to you because we see Coach Rob DeLoach is incorrigible. He ain't going to change. So, Coach Julius Hall, we go to you.
You can bet the house that if you just a graduate student, you're going to wear a white shirt. I believe you can bet the house on that.
Whoa, boy, oh boy, this thing is contagious here on Ebony Sports Reporters. This is so we're gonna move on right now so I can keep my composure. I ain't gotta take my medicine. So is there a greater dynasty than the Oklahoma Sooners softball team? Is there a greater dynasty? Because some people are not saying that is probably the greatest dynasty that we've seen in our lifetime, how they dominated softball. So, Coach Julius Hall, what's your thoughts on that?
It don't seem to be because they grow these girls that's, these girls, every one of them come up to the plate and hit a home run. They got these girls that might be boys. I don't know. They Amazons, these big old girls. And they hit the ball out the park every time. So who can beat these girls? They live it. They're the best. And nobody can refute that.
And Coach Rob DeLoach, is there a greater dynasty?
The only one that come close to them is the UConn Connecticut women's basketball team. They on that level of everybody else playing for second place. It's just what it is. I don't know what they eating in Oklahoma, but those young ladies they can be playing professional softball. The way they hit that ball out of there. Who would want to who would want to be on the receiving end of a ball hit in the infield? As a grown man, I don't want to be in the infield trying to catch that heat. Just being honest.
Okay.
I'm standing behind one of those protectors. Matter of fact, whoever pitching need to have one of those protectors in front of them.
Yeah, those girls will beat a great men's softball team here in Savannah.
Yeah, hands down. And I love their uniforms. I think the uniforms is the best thing.
Boy. Great uniforms.
I generally do not pay attention to the uniform, so I can't, so I don't. But,
I don't know how you could miss it.
It ain't no room left now. They definitely all filled up. You don't know if they're wearing 00 or 100.
Okay. All right. As the people say, all righty then. Okay. We go on to this story regarding Sam Smith, the late Sam Smith, who played in the ABA. And I always share this with you in the audience and everyone. I was not even aware of this right here. So when I saw this, I'm like, wow. Sam Smith passed away. And so it appears that ABA players who, again, the ABA competed, you had the NBA competing. And so then with the merger, we go out of that, we go and see the Brooklyn Nets, as we now know them, once known as the New York Nets. And then also we had the Indiana Pacers, along with someone called the San Antonio Spurs, and also a team that I loved in the ABA that I still love now. It is the Denver Nuggets. And so with that, ABA players do not receive a pension from the NBA. And so Sam Smith recently passed away, and he wanted to make a statement with regards to that. So what's your thoughts with regards to this situation that's going on right now? Because some of ABA players, some of them have been destitute with regards to this. And so now some people are trying to get some recompense regardless. What's your thoughts with regards to this coach, Rob DeLoach?
Man, I read that story and I was heartbroken that those guys were not being taken care of after they, the leagues merged. But I think if I read it correctly, they had to be in the NBA at least 3 years, and he did not meet the requirement and fell short. But it's a travesty that those guys helped build the NBA, and that they're not being taken care of, especially at their age. They're paid their dues, and hopefully things will change due to this this former player on his deathbed, saying that he would still go out and give his all if he had that opportunity. Great story.
Coach Julius Hall, what's your thoughts with regards? And I think it's 5 years they had to be in the NBA. But yeah, Coach Julius Hall, what's your thoughts?
Well, I think that the NBA, knowing that these teams made, when they came over, made them what they are, made them even better. Dr. J, I remember Dr. J playing in the ABA and coming over. But they make enough money, and they're paying these players just astronomical numbers. The NBA makes enough money to have taken care of these people from the ABA. They do. They could have gave them even if it was a $25,000 a year pension, they could have gave each one of these players that were still around, and it would only be fair. If they played at least 3 or 4 years or 5 years in the ABA, and the NBA just drowned out the NBA and took over. So, they should have compensated those guys because they took their livelihood away from them. Suppose somebody come along and do the NBA like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so that's what we now get into. What are some of the contributions of the ABA to the game that we see today, that has played today? Coach Julius Hall.
The contributions were the players. They had great players over there that came over, and the NBA didn't want the competition, so they swallowed them up, and they merged. And but they should have compensated those players. The contributions, the greatest contribution, the greatest player I think in that league at the time was Dr. J, to me. And Dr. J came over, and Dr. J changed the game. He became the NBA.
You had Iceman Gervin over there too, I believe.
Oh yes, Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Artist Gilmore, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, Coach DeLoach, what do you see as being the contributions of the ABA to the NBA game that we see today? Coach DeLoach.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I said, what do you see as being the contribution of the ABA to the NBA game that we see being played today?
You got African American athletes. You didn't have any Caucasian athletes playing in the ABA that I'm aware of. And without those athletes coming over, the NBA is probably not what it is today.
All right. And there's something else that, again, people don't realize: the 3-point shot.
Yeah,
that came from the ABA. And so, and that's why the story of Sam Smith is so tragic with that. Just like Coach Julius Hall, as you were saying, like, hey, wait a minute. All this money's being made. It is absolutely tied that people are so excited about the 3-point that again, that's what people now focus on. And so, and they concentrate on that being 3-point shooter, you know? So, hey, that's why Jalen DeLoach, you know, who went to Herschel B. Jenkins High School, then transferred to Berkmar. That's why, again, he was able to do some of that, even with him, with the height that he has. But we'll move on. We'll move on, Coach DeLoach. You ain't got to say no more. You ain't got to say nothing about that. So we'll move on to this right here. As it is now being said, with many people, that prognosticators and others in the Major League Baseball, they are now saying that the Yankees are on track to win 119 games. Say that they're doing better than the 27 Yankees. And so that's what they're saying regarding the Yankees. But then also, people are saying that the Braves are the best in the East, the NL East, and that the Braves are now on a 14-game winning streak. So we'll go to the Yankees and go to the Braves. What's your thoughts with regard to the Yankees being on track for 119 with regards to what they're doing? Because they've been on a winning streak, and that's Coach Rob DeLoach. What's your thoughts on that?
Man, we've seen this Yankees team, man. They almost, right now, it's like the Oklahoma Sooners softball team. Hell, you can't pitch to them guys. You know, everybody's hitting a home run. Nobody's really getting any RBIs because they're hitting solo home runs. But this is what the Yankees, when you get that kind of money, you can afford to have a team that's dominant like this. And that's why they're a big market team and people want to see them hit them out the park. But 119 games, that says a lot about the rest of the league in the American League if they can win 119 games.
Okay. And so what's your thoughts with regards to, are the Braves the best in the NL East?
Hey, they're the reigning World Series champs. You know, I would think that they are right now. You know, barring any major injuries, the Braves probably can repeat again.
Okay. Because I'm just saying, now the Mets fans are saying, that, hey, we're leading it. We're leading. The Braves are trying to catch us. So, but at least that's what's being thrown out there. So I'm going to throw it out to Coach Julius Hall. What's your thoughts with regards to, the Yankees and also the Braves?
Well, the Yankees got 26 world championships. They've been playing baseball since the inception of baseball. So, but the Yankees chokes in the last decade or two. They've become chokers. They play great baseball. They have great players, but they've been choking. So I don't like the American League. Period. I'm a National League guy. So we go over to the Braves. The Braves is the best team in baseball. They done won 14 straight games. They might win 100 straight games. Who knows? So then you call us the best team in baseball. They hit the ball out the park like it ain't. I mean, but listen, Aaron Judge got 25 home runs already. What the ball got in? They must have got some new balls. They got some radars or some I don't know, something in it that's sending these balls out the park the way it's going out. They need to check these boys for steroids. He on pace to hit 75 home runs. Never heard of. You know? So I don't know. We'll see. Braves is the best team in baseball.
Okay. All right.
What the Yankees, what the Mets say. Those New York teams.
All right. So, as it stands, there's some sad news out there in the sports world with regards to Jalen Rose and Molly. And so, Jalen Rose is getting divorced. What's your thoughts with regards to Molly and Jalen getting a divorce? Coach DeLoach, what's your thoughts on that? Oh, no, excuse me, Coach Julius Hall, what's your thoughts on that? Coach Julius Hall, what's your thoughts with regards to Jalen and Molly getting a divorce?
Better for Stephen A. Smith. I mean, what? They getting a divorce? Wait a minute, that's who he married. He married. She go with Stephen A. Smith, right?
She's married to Jalen Rose.
But ain't Jalen Rose girl going to Stephen A. Smith?
This is not the rapper, but go on, Coach DeLoach. I mean, Coach Hall, go ahead and discuss it. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out. I'm just putting it out
You
there.
said it was some sad news. Who cares whether these rich people get divorced or not? I don't care whether Jalen Rose marrying his dog or divorcing his cat. Who cares? Jalen Smith, Marley going over to Stephen A. Smith.
Exactly.
Stephen A. Smith saw walking down the hall, and he said, "I like the way you walking," and he been having that ever since. So that's hey, Rob.
Coach Rob DeLose, what's your thoughts with regard to that? Since you know.
So what happened is he saw them damn Andrew's sisters, Malika and her sister, said, "To hell with Molly. I'm going with one of those sisters that is calling these primetime games." I ain't mad at it. You know, I actually thought they was divorced a year and a half ago. But when you sit on that set with Malika Andrews and now they brought her sister on, them some beautiful young ladies. That's a hell of a game, Julius. That's Charlotte's Web.
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Jamal, I got these guys I got to talk to about these boys. I got these agents, so I'm going to have to get off.
Yes, sir. That's
right.
fine. So even though
Don't
Colin
start.
Hogan, and Ahmad O'Neal said that you are absolutely wrong in what you're doing, Coach DeLoach, just to let you know that.
Let's repeat. You said the last part. Coach, you said what you said before DeLoach.
Coach.
That's all that needs to be said. When you get Coach in front of you, I'm not trying to be a doctor. I'm not Dr. Jamal. I don't think I'm on the same level as Dr. Jamal. So why should I be wearing a doctor's jacket and a stethoscope around my neck? And I'm not a doctor.
This was a question that some people this came in. It just came in. Someone just typed it. They said, "How does Coach DeLoach live with himself?" They say, "How does Coach DeLoach live with himself?" So that's what I just want you to know. The people want to know in the audience. They want to know, how do you live with yourself?
This is my last response. The lion does not consider the thoughts of a gazelle.
Have a great evening, Coach DeLoach. Thank you very much.
I'll talk with you. All righty.
God bless you. God bless you. So, yes. So, Coach Julius Hall, we'll move on. Delonte West, former NBA player, Delonte West. Video shows him panhandling on the streets. Delonte West made millions in the NBA. What's your thoughts with regards to that?
And that's just another example of these athletes getting paid a whole lot of money and not knowing how to manage it. Delonte has to be on drugs or something. I remember one time he was messing with LeBron's mama, because she had like young men, and I guess LeBron might have made him bankrupt. LeBron might have been the Victor Newman. LeBron might have been mad and made him go bankrupt. But he's panhandling on the streets, and which is sad. And it seems like you should have made some friends in the NBA where somebody will go and get you and clean you up and make your life better. Because it should be some type of brotherhood there where somebody will say, "Hey, man, come on. If he's on drugs, alcohol, let me take you to rehab." And then once you got to rehab, here, this is where you'll be staying. This is what you'll be driving. This is what where you'll be working. I need you to get your life right. It's that kind of brotherhood. I couldn't stand by in knowing that this is my brother and knowing that he's in that condition.
And I'm going to tell you, when I saw it, I honestly said, that's not him. I'm like, this is somebody else. And I had to continue reading, like, wait a minute, who they're saying. And then I had to go to other places. I'm like, so they really saying that? I was like, nah, this is somebody who is basically, this like the fake Klay Thompson. That's what that is. I'm like saying, wait a minute, that was stunning to me to go and see, and then to see how he looks and other things like that. I was like, wow. So And that goes to show you, again, resources that are needed for people. And it's not just about money. That, again, there's other things that are needed. So, like, again, I was stunned with regards to that story with regards to him. And so we move on to another story, Andrew Bogut, who had played also with regard to the Golden State Warriors. He talked about Steph Curry. He said that Steph Curry essentially is a superstar who does not act like a superstar. And so, Coach Julius Hall, what's your sentiments with regards to the view from Andrew Bogut with regard to that?
Well, Andrew has very good vision. He sees this. We all see it. This kid is great. You got two people in the NBA that you could just say that are outstanding, that are superstars, that are just outstanding. And that's Steph Curry and LeBron James. These two are outstanding individuals. They are doing what they're supposed to do. They play the game, and they love playing the game. They don't even seem like they're playing it for the money. LeBron is making great investments, about to become a billionaire, and Steph is won't be far behind if his money is right. If he manages money right. And they both love the game, and they both seems like they're so approachable. Not that standoffish type people. When people get money, they don't want to talk to you, don't want to be around you. Their bodyguards blocking you. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the other element that I throw out there is that with regards to, then you see their role with regards to the family. Saying not that we know everything going on, at least the projection that we see with regards to them being husbands. We see them being fathers with regards to that. Again, I have to give respect with regards to that. Saying that, and that again is not like we get a lot of information because people talk about it, and that's why I'm not going into this, even though we did not put this up there for you all. But they talk about with regards to Dale Curry and with regards to that infidelity that he may have been involved in while he was in the NBA. And they talk about how you have players in the NBA that sometimes it's difficult for them, it's difficult for people to find those people who are faithful and loyal to their spouses or to their mates in the NBA. So that's something to throw out there. So we're not still staying with the NBA. Who's in a worse slump? Jason Tatum or Draymond Green? Which one? Who's in a worse slump in your opinion, Coach Julius Hall? Jason or Draymond?
They're about even, because Jason is still playing at a high level, because they were about to get blown out, and then he came and hit 3 or 4 threes. But he can't carry the team on his back. Boston plays great ball, but they don't know how to close out. And Golden State is one of those teams, if you don't close them out, if you don't beat them down, they liable to go on a 24-0 run on you. They liable to come down and hit 7 threes, in a row on you. So you got to be able, and that takes your momentum. That kills you once a team drain you like that. And like Coach Rob Deloitte said, these guys are running, they condition. They're running all over the court. Now you got to try to play defense on them, come down and hit a 3 also on the offense. Can't do it. Yeah.
And that's why even in the fifth game, in the third quarter, I saw Boston had done. I was a little concerned about that, but then the Warriors, when they showed what the Warriors can do in the fourth quarter, that's why I was like, okay, because again, I was good. Boston came back. I'm like, all right, got you. And so now we move on to college football. College football and Deion Sanders. What is the impact of Deion Sanders on the rise of HBCU football? Coach Julius Hall.
You say the impact Deion has
on it? On the rise of HBCU football.
Well, and we talked about this earlier on a few shows before.
Right.
You got star players like Deion that came to Jackson State and making the program what it is. And see, the college, the HBCUs, their talent is spread around with the second tier players that some could be first tier. Look at Shannon Sharp, one of the greatest tight ends that, Jerry Rice, all these players. You had great players that played on the HBCU level. So if you got other coaches going and coaching these at these HBCUs with a name. The players are going to come. Dion is building something at Jackson State. Yeah, Jackson State. Grambling used to take Jackson State up every time. So now Jackson State is the premier team. What he was, 11-2 last year. 11-2. He should have. They thought they were going to win that bowl game, but South Carolina State beat them, I think. But so it's just those players that did well, like Ocho Cinco. He should go somewhere and coach. He got the name. They'll follow him. The players will follow him because what? He was a great player in the NFL. And he got that name recognition. He can build programs. If they want to contribute, they need to go and do what Dion is doing. Because take it, for yourself, Jamal, that in 2 to 3 years, Dion will be coaching on a major college level or the NFL. And he'll be fooled not to go. But he's showing us the blueprint for how we build our HBCUs. Look at Jackson State. All their paraphernalia is going up. All the stuff that you buy, everybody's buying it off the shelf. All their football games are being sold out. He's built that program to what he went there. The kids got to wear a suit to the game. They can't go just, he's instilling discipline. He's instilling leadership. He's demanding that they do the right thing to be on this squad. So it's what every athlete who has been given a whole lot should come back and do. Especially if you still got millions and millions of dollars, ain't about the money. So
Absolutely. And so I got to do, because we got a comment that was made, say, give me a shirt. No, when I come on the shows, or y'all see me on the shows, y'all see me with gear like this, y'all see this says Harlem Globetrotters, right? Harlem Globetrotters, number 40. Number 40. Some of you might not know who number 40 is for the Harlem Globetrotters. His name is Rock Middleton. Rock Wham Middleton. Guess what? When y'all see me with gear on like this, when I have my gear, because I always wear my gear. Why do I wear my gear? Because I want to evoke conversation. I want to evoke some thoughts, because now I can evoke this thought and conversation about this. Rock Middleton, if you are not aware, say those of you part of the listening audience, viewing audience for Ebony Sports Reporters, Rock Middleton attended a place called Savannah State University. Rock Middleton had a professor by the name of Jamal Touré. Rock Middleton is a part of the family that we know as 1501 in the house. And now while all my people know, I have told them in the classroom that I'm going to be seeing y'all doing great things. And I'm going to tell folks, that's my family right there. That I'm going to be watching them, because I told them, I said, you never achieve your greatness by yourself. Others help you to achieve greatness. And I tell folks this, and the people hear me say this, that why will I wear the jerseys of other people and not celebrate my own? So here go one of my own. You can go on Instagram and look out for Rock Wham Middleton and see the stuff that he does with the basketball. So that's why I'm on it. I wear all my gear. So y'all see my gear, you might need to say, what's the story behind that jersey that you're wearing right there, Jamal? And so that's why. So I'm glad it did come up in one of the comments. So that's why I wear the Harlem Globetrotters jersey, Rock Wham Middleton. And so, again, you can purchase it. All of you out there, that's what I'm saying. Go purchase a jersey, because I did that for some of my folks who played the Fan Football League. I went and did that for them, and they were like, thank you. But that does, too, that now allow other people to understand the value of them being on those teams. So, again, we're going to move on to this right here. That is Coach Julius Hall. As it stands right now, it appears Baker Mayfield has not been signed, and some folks are shying away from signing him. So they said that when training camp comes, Baker Mayfield might still be on the roster. And so then they just touted out Deshaun just this week right here, within a week, and had him talking. So what do you think will happen at the Cleveland Browns training if you got Baker Mayfield and Deshaun Watson there? What do you think is going to happen with Baker if he's not traded?
Baker might be on the bench. Baker might be on the bench. I don't know what Cleveland Brown. They got a pretty good team. They made it to the AFC Championship, didn't they? Didn't they? The round before the wild card, they made it. Did who beat them to go? They
Can't remember
made
if it
it.
was Cincinnati. I can't remember if it was Cincinnati or not. But yeah.
Cincinnati beat Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
I believe so. But they got a pretty good team, and I don't understand. My thing is looking at this Atlanta Falcons team right now. But Baker Mayfield, I'm not really concerned with Baker Mayfield. He ran up and down those stadium steps on those commercials. I told him he living in the stadium. So he might still be living in the stadium, Jamal. He might
Well,
still be. Atlanta Falcons with what the boy named Ritter, and Mariota. That's going to be a great battle right there. That's going to be a great battle, but I think the Falcons going to have to put Mariota in. But I think if he don't win quickly, they're going to go with Ritter. His name Ritter.
so again, it's going to be interesting because especially with Deshaun being right there, so it's going to be an issue that we see coming up.
But
And
they
so
got to
now
keep
we
the Deshaun out of. They got to keep the Deshaun out of the parlors, though, Jamal.
Coach Julius Hall. Deshaun said, again, he said when they brought him out, Deshaun said he had not done anything to any woman. He had not disrespected any woman. He had not touched any woman like that. That was Deshaun had said, even though the attorneys for some of the ladies said that there are going to be 2 other civil actions filed against him. But again, Deshaun has said he has not done anything like that of what he's been accused of. That's what Deshaun said. And he's indicated that he's gotten support from the community, that the community in Cleveland, that they have supported him. So, yeah.
Well, I like Deshaun. He's a South Carolina boy, so he's right here by us, and I like Deshaun. So hopefully he can get through with this whole thing and get it behind him because he plays great ball. I wish he would have went to the Atlanta Falcons. We wouldn't have had to be worried about all that. He'd have been hanging with me, Rob, and Bernard when we go up there.
Okay. And he's from Gainesville. He's from Gainesville, Georgia, and played for Clemson. But then but he's familiar with the places that you all go to in Atlanta. Okay, I got you. Yes. The place.
He was just gonna hang with us, man. What you
Oh,
talking
he's
about?
just gonna hang. Oh, he's
What
just
places
gonna
we
hang.
go?
Okay.
We don't go to no places. We go.
Okay.
We eat
So
chicken
now,
wings.
okay. Mm-hmm. So now we come to the Washington Commanders. And with regards to their defensive coach, Jack Del Rio, he said that what happened on January 6th was a dust up, and that he basically minimized what happened in Washington, D.C. with regards to the riots that took place, as he called the riots, and also the uncivil protests that took place in 2020 tied to the George Floyd incident. So what's your thoughts with regards to that and how they handle it with regards to Jack Del Rio, Coach Julius Hall?
So Jack Del Rio saying that the people who rioted when George Floyd got murdered should be investigated like those that attacked the Capitol?
Yes, and said that, and he indicated that they inflicted more damage than the people who were part of the dust up, and which he does again indicate that his language, he shouldn't have probably said dust up, than with regards to the insurrection. Yeah.
Jack Del Rio is out of his damn mind. It don't even come close. The two things are two totally different things. One was trying to overthrow the entire country. One was trying to get justice. That's all. I mean, I don't understand. Some people have this warped mentality, and some people just can't get around understanding that there's an underserved people in this country. They think that because they got it, that somebody's trying to take it. No, nobody's trying to take what you got. People are just trying to get on the same level. So people are just trying to be treated fairly. You know, it's a shame that you have coaches in the NFL that would say some stupid stuff like that.
And now what's going on? They're saying, hey, Jack has always had a certain perspective. And so now they're suggesting you might not need to be doing this on social media. But yeah, that's where they're going at. And so we move on to another fight. And the fight is the PGA and the LIV. The LIV and also the PGA. And now the US Open is going on, which is not sanctioned by the PGA because, again, it's independent. So what's your thoughts? Because some languages come out recently with regard to those who are down the PGA and also with regard to those with regard to the LIV Tour, again, the LIV. What's your thoughts, Coach Julius Hall?
I did not know that the U.S. Open was not sanctioned by the PGA. I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. And they should be. Why are they concerned about LIV if they're not concerned with the U.S. Open? The U.S. Open can do just as much damage as the LIV, but LIV just got so much money. They paying these players. You going where the money at. Now, I'm hoping, I guess, you know, the PGA got a lot of money because they've not been treating the players in last place and down the list right. You don't come in, you don't place in a position in the PGA, you don't get no money. That's not fair. These guys are professional athletes. All they do is hit the ball. There's no body. You know, when you talk about athletics, you need to be able to move. You ain't doing nothing but hitting the ball and walking to the next time, trying to put it in a little hole. Golf is the least athletic sport there is besides playing poker. Poker is athletic also. But I don't understand. I was wondering how those guys got to play in the PGA. I mean, in the U.S. Open this week. I was wondering, how the hell they going to play in that? I said, they must have made an agreement. Oh, but they ain't got no agreement. They just came into play because they know it's not sanctioned by the PGA, which is great. But somebody needs to get all these because all these. I don't think that I don't know how NASCAR doing it, and I don't know how and the PGA is really doing it. But there's no enough profit sharing because they got these mega contracts. Golf is on TV for 9 months out of the year. On TV 9 months out of the year. They're on TV longer than baseball, football, and all. So they're making buku money. So they got to have more profit sharing with these guys on the bottom of the totem pole. Because every week you see, look how long Tiger Woods dominated. Jack Nicholson, Phil Nicholson, Jack Nicklaus. These guys dominated for a long time. You know, so you got to have some more profit sharing.
And what the situation is that, again, with regard to the U.S. Open and the Masters and the British Open, that, again, what happened? They basically an affiliation with the PGA, so that's why they can have anyone who wants to play come and play any of that. So that's why the PGA is like saying, hey, so that was some people going to say they don't really have the real power that they want to try to project. So again, but when it comes down to it, so to some of the majors, it has nothing to do. That's why they say they even want the PGA Championship to be a major, but they're like, no, it's really not a major. So again, it comes down to the Masters and Augusta, and again, the U.S. Open and even the British Open. That again, those again. So you're going to see the same conflict occur. And so we'll move on to this right here. So we go on to this right here involving the greatest trophy in all of professional sports. That is the Stanley Cup. So, Coach Julius Hall, who do you think? Why you throw your head down there, Coach Julius Hall? Who do you think is going to take it? Will we see a continuation of the great dynasty that will basically be just as great as like the New York Islanders from the early 1980s? So again, Coach Julius Hall, who do you think? Again, the Avalanche or the Lightning? Which one, Coach Julius Hall? So get ready for the Ghost Pirates in Savannah. The Ghost Pirates are coming.
Listen, the Ghost Pirates are going to be just what they are. Ghosts. we ain't gonna see them. They ghosts. Now, the Avalanche beat their butt last night. Correct? Huh?
I'm not aware.
Oh, you a Lightning man. You a Tampa Bay Lightning man. I already know that. The Avalanche. That's why I'm pulling for the Avalanche because you like the Lightning. I'm pulling for the Avalanche. There's got to be some competitiveness amongst us coaches. We can't all like Golden State, you know. So I'm pulling for the Avalanche.
Okay,
So I
all
think
right,
the Avalanche is gonna pull it out so the Tampa Bay won't three-peat.
all right. Thank you very much, Coach Julius. Oh boy, the stuff that goes on. Ebony Sports Reporter. Okay, we'll move on to this right here. Should records in the NBA, Major League Baseball, and the NFL be counted that they still use today that occurred prior to integrating those sports? Should we still recognize the records with regards to any of those sports when it's before you used to have Jackie Robinson and Woody Stroll and oh my God, I forgot the brother Clint with regards to the NBA, that when they not integrate, should we count those records? Because again, those are like magical records that people talk about all the time.
The records before they came into the professional leagues with integrated the league, right? That's what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
You should count it because see, those players did it there and then they came over and did it here. You know, in one league, and they came over and hell, it was shown that the Negro League could beat anybody.
Oh no, right. What I'm saying is that should we recognize the records of, say, Babe Ruth prior to Jackie Robinson? Should we recognize Ty Cobb? Should we recognize any of those records that they still not going to tout and they put up there, you know, a cap answer? Should we recognize any of those, look at any of those records and hold them up there? Or should we only focus on the records when we not see integrated baseball, football, and basketball? Because that's a true, and well, some people say that's a true indication of the accomplishments, as opposed to when it's integrated, because you didn't see everything. Like you said, the Negro Leagues, here that you got people like Josh Gibson, who are probably even greater than some of the players that we talk about today in baseball, Major League Baseball.
That is absolutely correct. And the only records that should be recognized is the records from their overall performance. You got players like Babe Ruth only did it in one league. These people did it in two leagues. You know what I'm saying? They did it against the best in both sports. You know, so you have to look at it in that light. That they did it in two different leagues and they excelled. That means that they were very good at what they did. They were great. Jackie Robinson and Josh Gibson, all these players, Stature Page, he came from there too, didn't he? All these players came from the Negro League into professional baseball. All these players came from the ABA into the NBA. You know, so you know their records should be counted like before they came over and all the home runs. They weren't counting them, I don't think. They should be counted into the league for where when they integrated into the Major League Baseball. You know.
All right. And we are almost, time is up, Mr. Julius Hall. So
yes, we only got 1 minute.
All right. And so we're going to move on to this. Serena Williams is now housing her father. And because he sold his mansion for $10, was that $10? So what's your thoughts with regards to Serena Williams looking out for her father, King Richard Williams?
He sold the mansion for $10 and he moving in with her now? What, he got dementia? He lost something wrong?
Right. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, the courts ought to be able to get that house back if that's what happened. And,
actually, they said the condition of the house. So again, that was uninhabitable, and that this is with the strange wife that he has, not Serena's mother. But so there's been a legal wrangling going on about that. So Serena moved him in to a house.
Well, she did what she was supposed to do, and now she's back trying to play again. So We're gonna see how she does. At 40 years old, we're gonna see whether she's still got it or not. But
All right.
she did what she's supposed to do as a child to Richard. Richard made them who they are.
All right. And that has been Ebony Sports Reporters. Again, Coach Julius Hall in the house. And God has said that Coach Robert DeLoach is evil. Not me. God said that. So we'll see y'all next week.
All right. Y'all stay tuned to the shows tomorrow. We'll be right here tomorrow for all our shows. Y'all will see a rerun of this show tomorrow also. Stay tuned. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
like that.